Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to Being Conscious. Welcome to another video of the Stoic Daily Wisdom which we are pursuing in this channel. So, I hope you would have probably seen that. If you haven't, please go ahead and watch the video which I uploaded yesterday, January 1st, 2025. And today's message is going to liberate you. If you ask any person why he's doing what he's doing and what is that one thing he would like to have in his life, you would probably come across this word called freedom. But is freedom what we normally think it is? Or does freedom have certain more deep understanding of the word which most of us don't are not able to understand? For a normal layman, when we talk about the word freedom, for that person it means the ability to do anything, anytime, at any place, right? I mean, that is the freedom of a layman. But I'm not talking about the freedom coming from that aspect. The freedom I'm referring to is coming from the Stoic wisdom. Now, in the second chapter of this book, Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday, he talks about this beautiful fact that education liberates you. Now, the fact that you're watching this video gives a ton of information about the kind of person you are. Because in a world which is filled with constant dopamine hikes, constant entertainment, constant mindless scrolling, you decided to invest your time watching this piece of wisdom, because somewhere down the line you think that this wisdom will give some amount of value to your daily life. Now, Stoic wisdom talks about the power of education. And if you talk about the freedom word and you try to understand it from a material standpoint, let's say somebody is talking about financial freedom. If you look at the great investors of the world, whether it's Warren Buffett or Bill Gates or the people who have achieved what is called as financial freedom, you would have noticed one thing, that each of them have mastered the art of investing. They have educated themselves from the nuances of what it means to be a successful investor. And as a result of that, they have achieved financial freedom. But the freedom I'm referring to is the freedom which comes about after you educate yourself through the knowledge of the self. A person who is truly free from his compulsions, from his compulsive tendencies, that person is truly free. To the contrary, the normal understanding of freedom in today's modern day context is the ability to do anything, no matter what that thing is, right? But that is not freedom. If you closely observe, if you closely introspect, that freedom is actually slavery. Now, recently, the New Year's Eve, there would be many people who were loitering around the streets, drunken, and people were around them to help them, so that because they were not able to independently move, they were in such a drunken state that they had to be monitored, they had to be assisted. Now, would you call that freedom? If you ask that person, he would say, yes, I'm free to drink, I'm a free individual. But that is not freedom, that is slavery. Because they have absolutely no sense of discretion on what are the choices which are beneficial to them and what are the choices which are non-beneficial. To the contrary, the most common understanding of freedom doesn't actually liberate you. To the contrary, it binds you. It binds you to those compulsive tendencies which make you a slave to those tendencies. If you talk about addicts, right? So why is someone an addict of something? Because he has become a slave of it. Freedom is a very deep concept, a deep word which requires a lot of understanding of different perspectives. And when you have freedom, that comes with responsibility. I often like to give the example of the kite. If you look at the kite, right, if you have ever flied a kite, you would realize that the way you navigate, the way you maneuver your kite, it depends the essence of the kite, right? The degree to which it can fly up in the sky, it depends on the skill level of the person who is maneuvering it. Now, if this person says that my kite wants to be free, let me just cut it down, let me cut the thread and let it fly free, there would be some amount of time till the time it dwindles all across the horizon. but subsequently it will crash land. This is what will happen to most of us when we think about freedom from this landscape, from this viewpoint. The freedom Stoics are talking about is a freedom which liberates you, which makes you understand that education should ultimately liberate you. And that true education is what is Stoic talking about in this context. So always remember that the more you invest in learning, now forget about the knowledge of the self. If I ask you to look at the most successful people in the material sphere, in the material dimension, you would notice one quality which is similar among all of them. They are all avid learners. If you talk about Elon Musk, he is a person who is very compulsive in terms of learning. He's always learning, he's always innovating. Now, being a learner is a sure shot sign that this person is going to make it big, because he's going to free himself from the majority, from the rat race, because he now has a weapon of knowledge. He has acquired that high pedestal over which things don't bind him. I hope my today's video brought sense into the fact that how important it is to invest in educating yourself. Maybe you are working in a corporate field. Try to learn a lot in the particular field you're working in. That will serve you in the material dimension. If you are interested in building character, if you are interested in building spiritual understanding, you need to educate yourself. You need to invest in learning towards spiritual wisdom. If you want to be free from diseases, you need to invest in education which is related to health and nutrition. And understand this one crucial point which is very important in this context. Learning is not absorption. Absorption is the first step of learning. You are listening to this video, great, you took the first step. But what you do after you close this video is what matters. Execution is absolutely important. Maybe as simple as the fact that you are listening to this video and now you have a fresh lens. Now you understand what are the things, what are the choices you need to take in a typical day for you to educate yourself so that you can liberate yourself from that particular field of work. I hope you understand this fact and importance of educating yourself consistently on a regular basis. Thank you so much for your time on my video. This was today's message from the Daily Stoic. I'll meet you for the subsequent videos and the subsequent wisdom lectures on the Daily Stoics. Thank you so much, and share with people who you think can value out of this wisdom. Thank you, and I'll meet you in the next video. Bye.